Good morning everybody. So the first car that's in this morning is this Golf R. It's in for a misfire, so an intermittent misfire in cylinder 2. There's a fault code stored obviously for cylinder 2 misfire. So it was thought that there might be a sticky valve or something along those lines. So what I've done is I've set up the oscilloscope, so you can see we're using the 4425. We've got the waveforms on the screen there at the moment. And I'll show you through the connections on the coil pack. So cylinder 2 coil pack, we've got the power supply wire amp clamped, we've got the trigger wire in there on channel A, which is the blue channel, and then channel C, which is the green channel. We've got a homemade secondary ignition pickup on there, so we're watching all the factors while the car's misfiring. So it is intermittent, so there is times when it doesn't misfire, but I'll show you what I'm talking about, but easier to show on the screen. So this is a rolling waveform buffer of the car when it was running. So the trigger wire, the trigger obviously is this blue, so it goes up across, energises the coil pack. The amperage is drawn, it's 8 amp draw, and that's an 8 amp draw when it's misfiring, when it's not misfiring, so we know the power supplies to the coil pack are good, and this would be a good spark event. So no charge time, dwell time we call that, the spark line, and then the firing line, spark line there. So that's a nice, straight spark line. So I'll run through the buffer memory here. So that's page 64, so go to 63, so move to 63, didn't misfire there again, we can see we've got a nice spark line. So we'll go to 62, and we can see all that hash there. So that tells me that the spark actually didn't occur inside the cylinder. That's just electrical energy, we know where to go. So we're misfiring at this point in time when the car was running. So I'll run through the buffer memory some more. So 61, so didn't misfire at that point, and then back, we've seen a misfire again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to swap the spark plug out the cylinder. In fact, before I do that, I'll show you the engine running at the moment. So give me a wee second, we'll start the engine up, and we'll start the waveform running. So press space and that should be running. It's triggered off the spark here, so that's why there's nothing happening, the car's not running. Okay, start the engine. Okay, so it's running a wee bit rough, you can see the blue channel shaking there, so we are misfiring. So we'll just show you the waveform live. So we just look down at the spark line here, hopefully when it misfires we'll see it. There we go, see a couple of them there. So we'll pause that, right on the misfire, you can see that event there happened. So that tells me that the spark didn't actually occur inside the cylinder, which is why it's misfiring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the spark plug into number 1, and then we'll go and look at that cylinder against this cylinder and prove that we've fixed the fault if it is the spark plug. Okay, so we're just going to change the spark plug. So I've got them loose, I'll just lift this one out. So this is the offending component. I'll put that there, put that in there so I don't get mixed up. Sometimes when you set them down you pick the same one back up by mistake, so I'll let that drop in there. With my magnet I'll just release it. Okay, so I'll get these installed and we'll have a look at our waveforms again. Okay, so we'll swap the plugs round. Got the waveform up screen, so I'll just start it by pressing space. Again, it'll just refresh when the engine's running. Back check and see what's happening. Sorry, I've not got the secondary ignition prop on. So that's us on cylinder 2. We have swapped the coil pack, the spark plug round. So we'll get a nice consistent spark line there by the looks of things at the moment. I've not turned the amp clamp on. Kind of relevant, but there we go, we've got our amperage back 8 amps. Okay, so I would say the car's definitely misfiring at the moment. We don't have a single, issue in the spark line on this cylinder. So I'm triggering on the spark, so we're going to lose these when I swap the coil pack over, the secondary ignition pickup over, but we'll still see the green spark line. Okay, so I'm just attaching these a little bit of velcro on the coil pack, put it on there, and we can see our hash is moved, so it's moving with the spark plug, so it's proving the fault. We've got a bad spark plug. There we go, that's the offending event there. So just wanted to show, guys, thanks very much for watching the channel, see you all later.